The title of this is Spring Equinox. Hey, ASL Bat, what's up? It's the first day of spring. The first day of spring is also called the spring equinox. That's kind of a strange word, but if we break it down into parts, we have equa and nox. Equa means equal, and nox means night. So what does that exactly mean? Well, it's a time of the year when the day and night are equal. So there's 24 hours in one day. So on the spring equinox, both the day and the night have 12 hours. So the sun shines directly on the Earth's equator, and it divides the Earth perfectly in half into 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of nighttime. Most of the time, the Earth moves around the sun in the orbit. The Earth also has an orbit where it spins on its own axis. When it's perfectly aligned and going around, it's not perfectly aligned and going around straight. It's actually tilted at an angle. When each hemisphere is facing nearer or closer to the sun, that's what causes days and nights to happen. We live in the northern hemisphere on the top half of Earth. So when our side is not directly facing the sun, we have more hours of dark and less hours of daytime. That's usually during our winter. So that's also what creates the seasons. In the southern hemisphere, such as Australia, when they have more sun, that is their summer. So our winter is the southern hemisphere summer. And then as the Earth continues to orbit about the sun, in February it's about here. And then around March, it changes a little bit, and the nighttime hours become shorter, and suddenly the days and nights are equal. Both have 12 hours, and that happens on the spring equinox. As the Earth continues to go around the sun through the months of April, May, June, then suddenly we're at a new point where the northern hemisphere is experiencing summer and the southern hemisphere is experiencing winter, so it's flipped. The sun is definitely shining more on the northern hemisphere at that point, and we experience longer daytime hours. So that's basically during June. Then the Earth continues in its orbit, and the season of fall happens, and suddenly we have another equinox. That is known as the fall equinox. The same thing happens where there's 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. Then the Earth continues around the sun, and the seasons happen every year on a cyclical basis over and over. So at the spring equinox, the Earth is about here, and there's 12 hours of daytime and 12 hours of nighttime. Interesting. ASL that.